For the attachment for the hulls for the LYC 8, we're mounting pads, these wood pads here. This is just some cedar we bought down at local Lowe's. Cut it into, it's 12 inches by 7 3/4 and 20 inches by 7 3/4. And we're mounting my lines at 46.5 inches and at 50.5 from the bow. And that's where the pad will sit when we go and mount the frame. Instructions for mounting these pads. Again, they're going to mount here and back here. We're going to take and drill out first. Here how we got our vacuum cleaner here, it's going to take and okay, so now we're going to take our 610 adhesive, or this could be a silicone adhesive. We'll show you some tubes here in a minute. We're going to fill the holes here. Up with this epoxy. It's good to have rubber gloves when you do this. Then on the bottom of the board, in the pad here, and we're sticking that right down on what we just drilled. Line up with the lines that we pre-did. And just hold there. We'll put some weight on that later. And then we'll come back and do this side back here. Okay, so now we're taking the board that we just put all of our epoxy on, dropping it down on, line it up, press it in good. Good. 24 hours for that to dry. Now that we've got the pads actually mounted on here, we'll put some weight on them here in a moment. We're preferring to use this 610 West System 610 epoxy, so that's the best stuff. Next best in that is going to be like Gorilla construction adhesive, so that's a good solution as well to glue those pads onto that foam hull. Now that we've done that on a series of hulls, so here's an example of a hull that we have done, and you can see that we've mounted it. So this one here is mounting so it's a little bit back, but we have the room to move forward on the hull. What you'll see down here is we've taken and mounted the center line of the main hull on each side, and then we've taken the frame, set it on little PVC tubes, set your crew on there, and that's the center line. So that's with a two-person crew sitting on that frame. That's the center line of the balance. So we've lined the two up, which means this hull would float perfectly level with the crew sitting on it. We've mounted those pads to the frame using these little L brackets, 50 cents or so at Lowe's. And then these little screws down here, you can see our little screws that we're using here. This is the actual instructions, or the actual screws we used. And then for the sides, we're using these little 8 1 inch. And again, we mount also down in that corner, and then you can see underneath the strapping here, we mount the back corner, and we do that on each side. You can see here, and then there, and then there. And so that creates a very strong, very stiff frame to hull connection. We've been doing that for the last couple of years, and we've seen no issues with those so far. So that looks like to be the best method we have found to date. With that, there you go. And again, you still have the optionality to pull that forward. If you put lighter crew on, you'll put it forward, and you can certainly move it back if you need to at this point. A little bit anyway. So with that, Good luck in building.